It's nice to see you again in this video. So now I'm going to be showing you how hackers can destroy your PC permanently in just a few seconds. So you already know the drill. You need to first have the access to the machine that you want to go on and destroy permanently. But before we do anything fancy, this video is strictly made for educational purposes only, and all the testing shown in this video is performed in a controlled environment, which is the VirtualBox on my local machine. You shouldn't be attempted to try this on live servers or live machines without proper authorization. So as you already see here, I do have my VirtualBox. This is the machine that I'm no longer using, and I'm going to go on and create up a payload with my MSF Venom. So if you come here, you can just say MSF Venom minus P with my Windows x64. With our reverse TCP, you provide the L host and the L port with the minus F, that is for format. You provide the exe and the minus O for output. You provide payload.exe. So if you come back this side, I do have my MSF console that is already set. All you need to do is to set up a listener this side. Now before starting up this video, I had already created up this payload, and I have a Python server that I had started up in the location where the payload is. To start up your Python server, all you have to do is python 3 minus m for a module, then you type http.server and you provide any port that you want to listen to. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to just say use exploit mount handler. Then we are going to set up a payload. This is the payload that we had created earlier. I can just come and copy this with Ctrl Shift C. Then I'm going to come and say set my payload and provide the payload that we had created. And here I'm going to go on and say set my L port. This is the port that I created on my payload, which was 444. And I'm going to also say set L host. This is the attacker's IP. I'm going to say 192.168.43.102. So if I press enter, you can even say show options. With our show options, it will be able to show you all the settings that you have created plus our payload. So I'm going to just run to set up a listener. Now since I had started up my Python server earlier, I need to go on and download this payload that we crafted to our Windows machine. So I'm going to come back to my Windows in the VirtualBox. I'm going to open up my browser, then I need to type the IP address. Now this one is going to be 192.168.43. then it will be listening to port 80,000. So if we come back here to our Kali Linux where the server has been hosted, you'd see that we do have a connection to this machine. And if we come back here, they are going to give us a list of payloads that were created. All I have to do is to just say payload.exe, or I can just come back and say slash payload.exe. So now this may be stopped by our antivirus because I did not turn the antivirus off. But if you are bypassing your Windows Defender, you can just craft up a payload that can bypass our antivirus. As you already see here, by the mark of the web, the download is going to be stopped. I'm going to try to see if we can download it. Then if it fails, I'm going to proceed and turn off my antivirus. So as you already see here, I'm going to tap on this. I'm going to say keep, then I'm going to tap here, then I'm going to say keep anyway. So this is because of the mark of the web. In case it is downloaded successfully, still we need to turn off our antivirus so that we can go on and execute this. As you already see here, they are telling us that this one is being stopped by our antivirus. All we have to do is to go to our Windows Start button and we need to search for Windows Security. When you search for your Windows Security, we are going to go on and we open up this Windows security here. My machine is a bit slow, so I'm going to click on open. Our Windows security is opened up here. Now here we are going to just scroll down just a little bit and we look for my settings, but I can also come and click to this virus threat protection, or if you open up your settings you can just click there. Now let's scroll down and we are going to click on our manage settings so that we can see our real-time protection. So I'm going to go on and turn this off. We need to click on yes in case this pop-up comes. Then our Windows Defender is going to be turned off. Now if we come back here to our payload, we need to go on and re-download this. So I'm going to just click on retry to see whether it will be downloaded, but I can also come back here and provide it a path. So since I clicked on retry, we see that our payload is being downloaded again, but it is going to also be stopped by the mark of the web again. As you already see here, I have to follow the same steps again. Here I'm going to click on keep, then we are going to come back here. It's like we are taking the same steps that we had took earlier. Then we do click anyway. Now this time this payload is going to be downloaded on our computer. The previous one, you see that this was deleted by our Windows Defender. So here this is done successfully. All we need to do is to go on and execute this. So when I click on open, since this was stopped by the mark of the web, they should return a smart screen. In case we click on run on our smart screen, we shall be able to get back our Meterpreter session in our MSF console. So let me just come back here to my Windows machine. All you can do is to click open here, or you can go to the location where your payload was downloaded, and this should be in the downloads. Now this is the smart screen. All you have to do is to click here, more info, and you click run anyway. So when you tap on run anyway, here we shall be able to return back our Meterpreter session. In case we receive a Meterpreter, all we need to do is to host up a simple program that I already have on my local machine, which we shall use to go on and destroy this computer permanently. So I see it is taking long. It should be just a few seconds after the application has been executed to give us back our Meterpreter session. So I can just come back and execute this again, or perhaps it's going to take some time. You can come and execute this. Still we shall receive our smart screen, and I'm going to click more, then run anyway. So let's give it just a few seconds as we try to see here. Now when you try to see here, we do have our Meterpreter session. It has been created up. To show you that we do have access, I'm going to just set this info. You see that this is a Windows machine, and I can also set pwd, which is print working directory in Linux, but here they show us the location where our payload was executed. Now since we already have a foothold to this machine, we need to go on and destroy this Windows machine permanently. Now I have a software on my Kali Linux. It's called PC Destroyer. I came across this software onto the internet, and I think for those of you guys who are using Windows, this is a dangerous software for you to keep on your local machine, because unknowingly you can proceed and execute this program. So I'm going to go on and set up a Python server in this location so that we can download this to our Windows machine. Then we shall go on and run this. Our PC will be destroyed in seconds. So I'm going to go on and stop up this server. Then I have to come to this location, or when I come to my graphical interface, I'm going to just press F4 on my keyboard. A new terminal is going to be opened up within this location, and I can set up a Python server. So when I try to see it's on desktop working PC desk, so or I can just right click and say open terminal here. I see it is taking some time. My machine is executing lots of data, but once it is done, we shall be able to have our terminal, which is here. Now here I'm going to just say Python 3, and then we provide a -m, then I'm going to say http.server and 80,000, that is the port that I'm going to be listening to. So if we come back here to our Windows machine, all I have to do is to come and type the same IP where my server's been started, and you can see that we shall have a server here and the request was made. All we need to do is to download this destroyer.zip to our Windows machine. Once it is done, it will be saved in our downloads, and we need to execute a executable which is inside this zip file. So here in the downloads, I don't see it, though it is downloading and they say that it is successful. All I have to do is to scroll up just a little bit. You see it here. I'm going to just tap on open. So once this is opened up, remember, a hacker can perform all these actions on our Meterpreter session. In case you do have a Meterpreter, you can just say upload. We can also try that path here. So I'm going to come back here to our Meterpreter. Perhaps I can choose a location. Let's say I want to go to the desktop. I can just choose what I want to upload. I can just say upload, then just setting up a server and we download it here. I can just say upload here, and I need to move to the path where my program is. It's on my parental directory desktop in a folder which is called working, and the folder is called PC Dest, and the exact program, it is called Destroyer. I'm going to just press F2 so that I can copy the spelling here to save time. Then I'm going to paste that here. So after we provide the file that we want to upload to our Windows machine, you need to choose a location where you want to save your file. I'm going to just provide C, then slash, it is users. Then I already know the user on my Windows machine is called user1. That is the user on my Windows machine. And where do I want to put this file? Perhaps I want to put it on the desktop. Before I press enter on this machine, let's come back here to our Windows machine, and I want to show you that I don't have this program on my desktop. When you try to see on the desktop, I don't have any program which is called destroyer.zip, but if I come back here in my Meterpreter session and press enter, this program has been uploaded to our Windows machine. And if we come back here, you see that I have a destroyer.zip. Now I can proceed to use a ton of PowerShell or CMD commands to go on and execute this, and we destroy our computer remotely. Now let's say this one was not in a zip format, whereby I can just click and let's go on and unzip this. I'm going to just say extract here. This will be extracted on our computer. Now we shall receive the files whereby we do have a destroyer, and I can just proceed to my Meterpreter. Perhaps I can go on and destroy everything from this side. Now all I have to do, I can proceed and say shell to have our CMD of our Windows machine. Then here I'm going to say cd // I need to move to my desktop. So with a cd .. I'm moving back, and I'm going to set desktop. So here we are in the desktop location, and I'm going to move to my folder which is the destroyer. But you can just say dir. You see here you have all the folders, all the data has been listed within this location. So I'm going to say cd destroyer. When I press enter, we are in our path for destroyer, and I'm going to say dir. When you try to see, we have this destroyer.exe, whereby this is our current screen of our Windows. So I'm going to go on and execute this file from my Metasploit. So I'm going to say destroyer.exe. So when I press enter, they say that this is just a bash file. I'm going to just come and change this path. Let me use the slash, and I say destroyer.exe. So when you press enter, this payload has been executed. Now if you try to see on our Windows machine, we have a USCE, user access control, that has been popped up. Now we can just click on yes. Now just imagine if we have a user with upper privileges, we shall be able to execute whatever we want remotely. So if we come here, I can just say yes. Now after clicking yes, you see we do have a couple of colors that are appearing on our virtual machine. Now here our machine has been destroyed. Does not matter whether we give it seconds, but we can wait and see whether it will be popping up back. I'm going to shut this machine down, then we try to power it up and see that it is going to be destroyed permanently. Now you see that in a couple of seconds we managed to go on and destroy our machine. Now when your machine is like this, you cannot proceed to using it, which means it was permanently destroyed. Now since this one is into the VirtualBox, I can even proceed with shutting down this machine. You will see that it will fail to power up. So I'm going to click that and I'm going to say power off. Now when I say okay, that machine was powered off. We can open up our virtual machine. This is client 3, so I'm going to click on start. When I click on start, we have our virtual machine that is powering up. You will see that now this one is going to fail, whereby it's going to be bringing a couple of lights that were displaying earlier. Now when you try to see this, it means your machine was destroyed permanently. Now you shouldn't forget that this video was strictly made for educational purposes only. In case you want to see more videos like this, you can feel free to subscribe on my channel, turn on the notifications icon so that you don't miss any of the videos that I'll be uploading. You can also feel free to share this with your friends that may be interested in this. Have a great day. Peace.